So this client came in today. She's going to have, we're going to cut this down and take off a lot of this loose hair that's actually old and treated. She did some pretty heavy coloring on it and just kind of ruined it a little bit, but we're going to fix it. It's nothing that can't be fixed. So we're going to work on her and try to get her up to par, and we shall be back and keep you posted as we're doing this. People always have a hard time wanting their hair cut or getting it cut because they feel like they're going to be bald and short. But a lot of times, if you just cut off all this bad hair, it'll actually stop breaking off. And this is her issue. She's been having a lot of breakage here because she tends to use like a pretty harsh hair color at home, which is very dark color, and I always kind of don't like that. So unfortunately, she doesn't really want a lot of it cut, but I'm going to show you what it looks like in here. If you've noticed, most of the better hair is like here, and the weaker hair is mostly up into here. So we're just going to whack off half of that for now until we can get to the rest of it and see what we're going to do. But this is what we're dealing with, like really dry, brittle hair. And we're going to try to see if we can kind of mock a style and make it look decent for her. So far, what I've done is as you saw, I did cut off a chunk of it. And she's explained to me what has happened to her. She went to like the dollar store and bought something from the dollar store. And obviously it was not her friend, so it did do a little bit of damage there for her. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually give her some real color, and we're going to try our best to clean up as much as this we can and get her looking like a movie star. So, but we're going to clip off some more of these weak, dry ends because the hair is very, very dry. And I don't like to put nothing on this hair if it's super, super dry like that. So we have to do something to kind of work with it. Okay? So what I've done with it so far, I've taken off quite a bit of the inches of the dry hair that was on the ends and stuff. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually give her some kind of color and get her smoothed out, because then I can give her a better trim and cut away any excess strands that just kind of hang around her finger. Alrighty, so we're gonna get some color on here and get rid of and blend her in. So in talking to the client, we looked at her charts and come to find out she's a prior before the COVID, after the pandemic. So that explains why her hair went through so much turmoil, so much trauma. So if you notice that I'm only doing mostly nearest the root area and up some, is because this existing hair, as we talked, is a lot damaged. Has still some damage, got messed up over that time of no activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to eventually bring it all together. But right now we're just going to focus on everything else, and then we'll bring that part together. But we don't want to mess up anything else. As I said, some of her ends are pretty messed up from times past and doing stuff at home over the COVID pandemic. So we're going to keep working on her, and we're going to keep you up to date as we're going. So what I've done with her so far is I got the color through, and I'm going to let it rest here for at least 40 minutes. And I actually combed it through off camera, and so it'll actually blend better on her hair, because she did have some red in there that was kind of sitting out. And you can see where her old relaxer was from when she had it done before the COVID. So like right about here is relaxer from here up, and the rest of it's just strands of hair that just broke off from not getting it done during the COVID. So okay, so this is we got the color in now, so it's like the darkest brown. But what we did, if you notice, these little fine pieces are still here, as I told you earlier. Now the hair got wet, we can actually really see them. So we're just gonna just take those right off, and we got a few pieces throughout the hair we're gonna get rid of. This is after our COVID time. We've been, since she's had her hair done. When we looked at her chart, it's COVID. She hasn't been here since February. So so now we're getting her back on track again. So we're going to just clean all this up as much as we can and get it so it'll start looking like something. And then we're going to get her looking like a queen, looking pretty. See there? You can actually see the difference in that. If you can see, the notice is a little darker down here, lighter up here. Then that's just all the grow out. And then all the other hair. It's the new growth. So we'll just take and continue cleaning her up. Getting that in place. I'm using a little bit of detangler on her. This is my Black is Beautiful. You've probably seen this. This is at one of the Sally stores. This is pretty nice. It's a nice detangler. It actually helps loosen up some of the tangles in the hair. And then I'm going to actually use the conditioning leave-in cream. So this is a leave-in. You can leave this in your hair too. It's called a Tangle Slayer Conditioning Cream. And that seems to work pretty nice too. Kind of get some of the snarls out here. But I like a lot of conditioners anyway on hair. Because I like to get the hair healthy as I can, as much as I can. And get it to feel like, you know, soft. So, if you notice, she's all one color now. Okay, so what I'm doing with this, I'm using this blow dry with the comb. And I'm just starting at the bottom. I'm just doing small sections down here at the bottom and working my way up. So I can actually get rid of this snarl, make it kind of a little easier to go through. And it seems to be working for what we're doing here. So I blew her dry, and I want you guys to take notice of some parts here. If you notice here, these little fine little pieces, this is still that old relaxed hair. So we're going to get her smoothed out so we can see how that looks. But eventually that needs to come off up to there. It needs to eventually come off. It just breaks off the hair. It's just little fine stuff that's just hanging around and needs to go off. So that's what we're actually working on right now, is getting rid of these little fine pieces. And it takes a minute to do that. So, because you don't want to scalp her too much. You want to have some hair, but you want it to look neat too. And get rid of all that stuff. But at my angle, I see it a lot different than you do. And when I bring it up and let you see it, you know, you see this right there. And this is what we're talking about, that stuff right there. That has to go. So what I'm doing is taking her hair in small sections. And I'm just bringing it out and just smoothing it. And getting it smooth as I can get it so I can put some body in it later. And that's it. I'm just trying to get her nice and right where she is. Coming out pretty good there, huh? So see there? Get her nice and smooth. I am using a hair polish on her too to help get her hair with the shine. I know this is very shiny. You probably wonder what that is. I'm using a hair polish too to help shine her hair up. All we're doing is just going to give her some body now because we don't want her hair to look too tight because she's not used to it short. Her hair grows pretty long, so we just thought we'll just give her some body. I'm just taking her hair in just little areas and just making it look like something nice for her. So as I told you, we curled her after we gave her color, cut, and now we curled her. I just curled her in just some kind of design way of just for it to fall. But her hair is very thick, and so I just thought maybe we'd just do something a little simple with her because she wants to eventually just wear it where it all falls flat down in a wrap. So I told her I would just take and fix it for her like that, and she can wrap it later herself and wear it in a wrap style in a few days or so when she wraps it herself at home. But this gives you some kind of idea of what we got. This is all natural hair now, other than just the color. And she's gonna wear it. How beautiful. Nice, beautiful head of hair. She didn't even know she had it under there still. After the COVID, she didn't know she had all this hair under there. So, we won't show her face, but we will show the side of her. And that's it. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Fern from the House of Glamour. Bye. This is our finish.